He recognized her face. He recognized her birthmark. But why was she wearing a maid's uniform at his own wedding? 15 years ago, a small family house in the outskirts of Lagos, glowing warm under the night sky. Young Kelechi, 15, sits cross-legged on the floor with his little sister Amara, 7 years old, her laughter filling the room like bells. Their mother kneels beside them, holding something delicate in her palm, a silver pendant with a strange, intricate symbol etched into its surface. "Amara, my love," their mother whispers, fastening the chain around the girl's neck. "If you're ever lost, this will lead you back to your brother." Amara touches the pendant, eyes wide. "Like magic, Mama?" "Like blood," their mother says. "Blood always finds blood." Kelechi ruffles his sister's hair. "Don't worry, Amara. I'll always protect you." Later that night, Kelechi wakes to the smell of smoke. His eyes snap open. The ceiling is orange. Flames lick the doorway. Shouting erupts from downstairs. His father's voice, his mother screaming. Kelechi stumbles out of bed, choking. Through the smoke, he sees a shadowy figure outside the window. The figure doesn't move to help. They just stand there, watching. On their wrist, a thick silver bracelet gleaming in the firelight. Then chaos. Neighbors drag Kelechi out by his arms. He fights them, screaming, clawing toward the house. Amara, Mama, Papa!" The roof collapses inward. The flames roar higher. They hold him back as everything he loves burns. When the fire dies, they find two bodies. His parents, charred beyond recognition. Amara is never found. They tell Kelechi she must have burned too. There's nothing left, but Kelechi refuses to believe it. He clutches a small burnt piece of Amara's dress, sobbing into the dirt. "Amara," he chokes out, tears streaming. "I'll find you, even if it takes my whole life. I swear it." The screen fades to black. Present day. Lagos. A convoy of black SUVs pulls into the grand estate of the Okonkwo family. The mansion is massive. Marble pillars, fountains, armed security at every gate. Kelechi steps out of the lead vehicle, now 30 years old, sharp-suited, phone pressed to his ear. "Yes, confirm the Singapore deal. I want it closed before I leave for the honeymoon." He's made it. From the ashes of his childhood, he built an empire. Construction, real estate, import-export, money that never stops flowing. But as he walks toward the mansion, he pauses. His hand slips into his jacket pocket. He pulls out a faded photograph, two children smiling, him and Amara. He stares at it for a long moment. Then his fiancée, Chidinma, appears at the top of the stairs, elegant, radiant. She waves down at him, her smile perfect. "Kelechi, you're finally here." He tucks the photo away and forces a smile. Inside, the mansion buzzes with activity. Wedding planners shout orders. Decorators hang white silk from the ceilings. Chidinma's stepmother, Madame Vera, moves through the chaos like a general, clapping her hands at staff. "You, faster with those flowers. You, did I say silver napkins or white? Think." Madame Vera is 50, sharp-eyed, dripping in jewelry. Her presence commands fear. Even the planners flinch when she speaks. She spots Kelechi and immediately shifts into a warm smile. "Kelechi, my son, welcome, welcome," she embraces him, her perfume suffocating. "Everything is perfect for tomorrow. You'll see. This will be the wedding Lagos never forgets." Kelechi nods politely, but something about her smile feels wrong. Too tight, too controlled. In the background, a group of maids move quietly through the hall, heads down, carrying trays and linens. One of them, slender, dark-skinned, eyes lowered, passes close to Kelechi. She doesn't look up. Madame Vera snaps her fingers. "You! Ngozi! Did you finish the guest rooms?" The maid flinches. "Yes, ma." "Then go to the kitchen. Don't stand around like decoration." The maid hurries away. Kelechi barely notices her, but something about the way she moved, the curve of her shoulders, the nervous energy lingers in the back of his mind. Later that evening, Kelechi stands alone in his guest room, staring out the window at the glowing estate. An old gateman knocks softly and enters with a tray of drinks. "Evening, sir." "Thank you," Kelechi says, taking the glass. The gateman hesitates at the door. Then, in a low voice, "Sir, this house has many secrets. Be careful who you trust." Kelechi turns sharply. "What do you mean?" But the gateman is already gone. Kelechi stands there, uneasy. That night, he dreams of fire. Morning light floods the mansion. The wedding day has arrived. Makeup artists swarm Chidinma's room. Photographers snap test shots. Chidinma sits at her vanity, glowing, but her hands tremble slightly as she applies lipstick. Madame Vera leans close, whispering, "Today must not fail." Once the vows are done, the papers transfer. Everything becomes ours. Do you understand? Chidinma nods quickly. "Yes." "Mama? And the girl?" "She'll be gone tonight. I've arranged transport. No one will ask questions." Madame Vera smiles coldly. "Good. After today, we are untouchable." In his own room, Kelechi adjusts his tie in the mirror. He reaches for his phone and pulls up a photo. His parents, young and smiling, with baby Amara in their arms. He touches the screen. "I wish you could all see today," he whispers. "If Amara is alive, if she's out there, let something happen. Let me know." He doesn't realize how soon that prayer will be answered. The reception begins. The garden is transformed. White roses, golden lights, a live band, hundreds of guests in their finest attire. Kelechi stands at the high table beside Chidinma, smiling for cameras, shaking hands. Waiters move through the crowd with trays of champagne. Kelechi reaches for a glass. A maid steps forward, tray extended. It's her, Ngozi. The light hits her face fully for the first time. Kelechi freezes. Time slows. Same eyes, same nose, same small birthmark just below her left ear. The glass slips from his hand. It shatters on the ground. Everyone turns. Kelechi stares at the maid, his breath caught in his throat. "Amara?" The maid's eyes go wide. She shakes her head quickly, backing away. "No, sir. I'm just Ngozi. I'm sorry. Wait!" But Madame Vera appears instantly, grabbing Kelechi's arm with an iron grip disguised as affection. "Darling, the photographer needs you for the cake shot." Come. She pulls him away. Behind them, Madame Vera shoots the maid a look so venomous it could kill. In the kitchen, Madame Vera corners Ngozi, slamming her against the wall. "What did you say to him?" "Nothing, Ma." "I swear, did you tell him your real name, did you?" "No, Ma, please." Madame Vera's fingers dig into Ngozi's arm. "I picked you up from the street when you had nothing. Without me, you'd be dead. You owe me your silence. Do you understand?" Tears stream down Ngozi's face. "Yes, Ma." "Good. Stay in the kitchen. Don't go near him again." Back in the reception, Kelechi can't focus. His mind races. That face, that birthmark, the way she looked at him, terrified, but also familiar. He searches the crowd, looking for her again. Kelechi excuses himself from the high table. Chidinma grabs his wrist. "Where are you going?" "I'll be right back." "Kelechi, this is our day. I said I'll be right back." He moves through the crowd, scanning faces. Then he sees her, at the edge of the garden, bending down to pick up a napkin a guest dropped. Her sleeve rides up. Kelechi's heart stops. A small scar, thin, jagged, on her left wrist. He knows that scar. Amara got it when she was 5, climbing a fence. He held her while their mother bandaged it. He moves toward her, fast. "Hey, wait!" She sees him coming and panics, turning to run. "Please, just wait!" He catches her arm gently in a quiet corridor. She tries to pull away, but he holds firm. "Look at me," She won't. Please, just look at me. Slowly she raises her eyes. Kelechi's voice cracks. Did you ever live in Ojoda? Do you remember a fire? Her breath hitches. Tears spill over. No, sir. I don't. Your wrist. That scar. How did you get it? I don't remember. Please, I need this job. Please don't. I'm not trying to hurt you. I just need to know. Footsteps. She rips her arm free and runs. Kelechi stands there, trembling. From the shadows, Chidinma watches. Her face is pale. She turns and walks quickly toward her stepmother's private office. Inside, Madame Vera sits at her desk, reviewing documents. Chidinma bursts in, breathless. He's asking her questions. Madame Vera looks up sharply. What? He's asking about the fire, about her past. Mama, if he finds out, he won't. But what if... Madame Vera stands, cold and calm. After the vows, she disappears. Tonight, I'll have her taken to the north. No one will ever find her. Chidinma swallows hard. And if he keeps asking, then we lie. We've done it for 15 years. We can do it one more day. Madame Vera opens a drawer and pulls out a thick file. Inside, documents, bank statements, property deeds, all tied to Kelechi's parents' estate. This inheritance was supposed to go to both children, Madame Vera says. But if Amara is legally dead, it all funnels through his marriage to you. Once you're his wife, we control everything. Chidinma stares at the papers, guilt flickering in her eyes. But she says nothing. Do you understand what's at stake? Madame Vera hisses. Yes, Mama. Good. Now go back out there and keep him distracted. The reception continues. Music, dancing, laughter. Kelechi sits at the high table, barely touching his food. His eyes keep drifting toward the service door, waiting. Then it happens. A waiter bumps into Ngozi as she carries a tray. The tray tilts, glasses crash, and her necklace, hidden beneath her uniform, snaps. The pendant falls, tumbling across the floor. It rolls, right to Kelechi's feet. He bends down slowly, picks it up. His entire body goes cold. The symbol, the same intricate design, the exact same pendant his mother placed around Amara's neck 15 years ago. He looks up. Ngozi stands frozen, hand to her bare neck, eyes wide with terror. Their gazes lock. Kelechi stands. The room seems to spin. You! She shakes her head, backing away. You! Come with me! Now! Sir, now! He doesn't yell, but his voice carries so much weight that she obeys. He leads her into a side room, a library, empty, quiet. He closes the door, holds up the pendant. This belonged to my mother. I watched her put it around my sister's neck the night she disappeared. Amara. You're her, aren't you? Ngozi's knees buckle. She grabs the edge of a chair to steady herself. I don't... Tell me the truth, she breaks. Sobs tear out of her. She collapses onto the floor, hands covering her face. I don't remember everything, she gasps. I don't remember the fire. I woke up somewhere else. Madame Vera was there. She told me my family was gone, that no one wanted me. She gave me a new name. She made me work. She said if I ever told anyone, she'd kill me. Kelechi kneels beside her, tears streaming down his own face. Amara, I'm not her anymore, she whispers. I'm no one. You're my sister? The door opens. The old gateman steps inside, eyes wide. I heard shouting. Sir, is it true? Kelechi looks at him. You knew, didn't you? The gateman nods slowly. I've worked here for 12 years. I saw Madame Vera bring her in. A little girl, confused, scared. She told everyone the child was an orphan. She took pity on. But I heard her on the phone once, talking about a fire. About making sure no one knew the girl survived. Kelechi's fists unclench. She did this. She set the fire. The gateman nods. I believe so, sir. And if you marry into this family, she wins. Before Kelechi can respond, the door slams open. Madame Vera stands there, fury radiating from her. "What is this?" Kelechi rises, placing himself between Madame Vera and Amara. "You know exactly what this is." Madame Vera's face twists into something ugly. She points at Amara. "That girl is a liar. I saved her from the streets, gave her food, shelter, work. And this is how she repays me? By filling your head with fantasies. Then explain the pendant. She stole it. Explain the scar. Coincidence. Explain her face." Madame Vera falters. "Just for a second." Kelechi steps closer. "You killed my parents. You took my sister. You turned her into a slave, and you almost made me marry into your blood-soaked empire." Madame Vera's eyes go cold. "You have no proof. Just a desperate man clinging to ghosts." Kelechi looks down at Amara, trembling on the floor. Then at the pendant in his hand. Then back at Madame Vera. "I have enough." 30 minutes later. The ceremony begins. Chidinma stands at the altar in her white gown, glowing under the lights. The pastor smiles. The crowd is silent, expectant. Kelechi enters from the side, walking slowly up the aisle. His face is unreadable. Chidinma's smile falters when she sees his eyes. The pastor clears his throat. "Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today." Kelechi reaches the altar. The pastor continues. "Do you, Kelechi Okafor, take Chidinma Okonkwo to be your lawfully wedded wife?" Silence. Kelechi doesn't answer. The crowd shifts uncomfortably. Chidinma whispers urgently. "Kelechi, say yes." He looks at her. "Before I answer that, there's something everyone here needs to know." Murmurs ripple through the guests. Phones come out. Madame Vera stands abruptly in the front row. "Kelechi, this is not the time." "Bring her out," Kelechi says, voice steady. The side door opens. Amara steps out, still in her maid uniform, the old gateman beside her. The crowd gasps. Kelechi gestures for her to come forward. Madame Vera moves to block her, but two of Kelechi's security men step in her way. Amara walks slowly to the front, trembling. Kelechi addresses the crowd, voice clear and strong. 15 years ago, my family died in a fire. My parents, my little sister. I searched everywhere. I never stopped looking." He holds up the pendant. "Today, I found her. Serving drinks at my own wedding." The crowd erupts in shocked whispers. Kelechi shows the childhood photo, holding it beside Amara's face. The resemblance is undeniable. Same birthmark, same scar, same necklace my mother gave her. Chidinma's face crumbles. "Kelechi, please. Did you know?" Silence. "Did you know?" Chidinma breaks, sobbing. "I knew something. My stepmother told me never to ask. I was afraid of losing everything." "You knew," Kelechi says flatly. He turns to Madame Vera. "And you set that fire. You killed my parents. You stole my sister's life." Madame Vera's mask finally cracks. She laughs, a bitter, desperate sound. "You think you can prove that? You think anyone will believe a maid over me?" The old gateman steps forward. "I will testify. I heard everything. I have names. Dates." A guest in the crowd, a lawyer, stands. "If this is true, we're talking about murder, kidnapping, fraud. The police must be involved." Another guest pulls out their phone. "I'm recording this. It's already going viral." Madame Vera looks around wildly, realizing she's trapped. Kelechi takes off his wedding ring, holds it up. "I will not marry into a family built on lies and blood. I will not build my future on my sister's grave." He walks away from the altar, toward Amara. He removes his suit jacket and drapes it over her shoulders. "I choose my sister." The crowd erupts, some clapping, some shouting, some calling the police. Chidinma collapses to her knees, weeping. Madame Vera stands frozen as two guests approach her, saying quietly, "The authorities are on their way." Her empire crumbles in real time. Kelechi takes Amara's hand and leads her out of the garden, away from the chaos, into the quiet of the evening. 3 months later, a simple modern home on the outskirts of Lagos. Peaceful, warm. Amara sits at a table, textbooks spread in front of her. She's going back to school, learning to be herself again. Kelechi enters with tea, sets it down beside her. "How's it going?" She smiles, genuinely this time. "Slowly, but I'm getting there." He sits across from her. "You know, I never stopped looking, even when everyone told me to let go. I know, and I never will." She reaches across the table, taking his hand. "Everyone else saw a maid," she says softly. "But you saw your sister." Kelechi squeezes her hand. "Because no money, no wedding, no shame is worth losing you twice." They sit in comfortable silence as the sun sets. The pendant, now cleaned and polished, hangs around Amara's neck, glinting in the light. Outside, news reports flash across a TV screen. Madame Vera Okonkwo arrested on charges of arson, fraud, and kidnapping. Full investigation underway. Justice, slow but certain, has arrived. Kelechi and Amara step onto the balcony, looking out at the city lights. "Thank you," Amara whispers. "For what?" "For remembering me when the world forgot." Kelechi pulls her into a hug. Blood is still blood, and destiny always comes home. The camera pulls back, the pendant catching the last light of the day. No wealth is worth the blood of family. Truth may walk slowly, but it always arrives. People might hide your identity, steal your name, bury your past, but God will not forget who you are. And neither will the ones who truly love you. If you watch till the end, comment "Blood is stronger," so I know you stayed with us. Like, subscribe, and share this story with someone you care about. See you in the next one.